If you didn't learn anything else from this video, this is what you're gonna learn today. Okay? I'm telling you, don't do it. So we're heading to the last vendor show of the year, right, Mom?
Yeah, yes, we are. Hello, good morning.
Last vendor show of this year is going to be really close to my house, but here where I live, close is 30-minute distance. So anyway, we're heading that way, and we're going to stop by the store and get something to bring with us for lunch, because there will be no food trucks or anything in this event. It's all indoors, but they don't allow foods from outside, so you have to bring your own food. So anyway, yep, that's where we're heading on, and let me show you in a minute how we set up. And here we are. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful location. This is the second cart that I bring today, and I am getting ready to, oh god, okay. You have to bring your own things here. You don't get any help, but it's okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's absolutely gorgeous. And so I'm gonna set up the table now. We have time, so it's good. I'm not running late. So the location is just one table, and it's not too bad. I probably could have brought my shelf or maybe another little table to have here in the back, because I have this double-sided doors here, so I have plenty of room in the back, which is nice. So yeah, now we're going to set up the table and get everything ready. So I'm done. I set up everything. We have 10 minutes to start, and I want to show you how it looks. It's a little crowded, even though I have some space back here. Still a little crowded, and I squeezed everything on one table. So let me show you. So Christina modeling the scarf towels, of course. Then I have the scarf towels there, the dual zipper pouches, curling iron. I am doing a special mix and match discount that if they buy 2 items, it's $5 off, 3, 10, 4, 15. See if that helps with moving some of the inventory. I, of course, put the prices on everything. Remove this. And here I have all the everything bags, and I added this little sign here to kind of show what you can put on these bags. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough room to put all the signs that I made, but I figure if I keep the everything bag, all these bags are for everything. So just some smaller, medium, and large. Sorry. Then the wristlet wallets here, or the phone wallets, I have an example on how to use it with the phone case and the phone tether tab. And I'm giving a free tether tab if they buy a wristlet wallet. So that's part of another promotion I have. And of course, I have more of my wristlet wallets here in the front, and the other dual zipper pouches and the cord organizers, which I cut some more last night. I have to just put the snaps, and I'm gonna do that right now. So this is how it looks. I'm kind of in the middle, but it hasn't started yet. So this is how it looks. everything. Okay, so let me take a picture of this. Okay, so as I was showing you the display and everything, I tried to record more, but it was so loud in that place that day. So loud. My sound wasn't picking up. My microphone and my camera wasn't picking up. So as I'm doing the edit of the video, I realized I can't even hear what I'm saying, and I don't want to put you through all of that. So I'm going to continue the rest of the video and tell you how did the day ended right now. Okay, so I noticed that my table was really cramped. As you can see, there were a lot of products on that table. And I paid extra to be against the wall. Because what happened is I've been to this vendor show as a customer before. And, to check it out. And that's why I decided to apply for it. And I know some people that have been with this organizer for years. She's been doing vendor shows around here for years. She has several. She has one like every weekend, okay? So I noticed that some of the vendors in the middle were kind of close together, right? Like one person right here, you only have one table. I mean, it's tight. And I didn't want that. So when I paid for my booth or my space, I paid extra so that I could be behind a wall. And nice, I was behind a wall. But I noticed that I still only had enough room for one table. And I was like, this is not good. I'm having to cramp everything on one table. I didn't bring my shelf because I didn't really have room for it. Plus, I only had Christina, the mannequin. And so I noticed that another vendor, a table down from me, we were at another vendor show back in November, and she recognized me, and she actually purchased an open flat pouch for me, and she was like telling me how much she loved it and everything, and which is nice. It's good to hear that people use your product and it actually works. And she's like, it's so well constructed. I can feel like this is gonna last me a long time, which is exactly what I want. But anyway, I noticed that she had two tables, and I'm thinking to myself, and she's against the wall too. And I'm thinking to myself, well, how did you get two tables? And I noticed some other vendors far also had two tables, three tables. I said, and she said, oh no, you just needed to ask her that you needed more room, that she paid extra just like me. But just tell her that you need to bring two tables. I said, oh, so now I know for the next vendor show, I'm going to do that. That's something I learned, okay? But the day was slow. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was because I was kind of hiding behind the display because I had the two tables, and there was no room for me to sit on either side of the table. So I had to sit behind the table, and people couldn't see me. It was rough. Okay, I was there it started at 11, it ended at 3 p.m. And I had my first sale, no, it started at 10 or I don't know. I had my first sale like within an hour. So I had my first sale was a scarf towel. And then I had no more sales whatsoever. Nothing. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be another bust. And I'm like, this can't be. This is like, 2 weekends before Christmas. People are buying, right? People were not really buying that much. I noticed I wasn't the only one not getting sales, but there were other people getting sales. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, my mom, to make me feel good,
She went around, looking. She always looks at other vendors and see their displays and blah blah blah. And she got talking to somebody, and this was like right before the show ended. So it was maybe 15 minutes before the show ended. She came back and she's like, "Oh, I've spoken with quite a few other vendors. There's this one vendor that they haven't had not one sale today. So don't feel bad. You're not the only one." I said, "Okay, Mom, it's fine. We'll use this opportunity." A lot of people came to my table. They will touch the product. They will ask questions. I think there was a confusion when I added the sign for the keychain wallets. These, I put phone wallets in the name, and people were like, "Phone wallets? Where do you put your phone?" And then I'm like, then I have to explain that you hang the phone. "Oh, but my phone doesn't fit in that wallet, this little wallet." I said, "Oh God." So I confused people with that. So I gotta be careful with that. So next time I'm gonna change the signs. And then I had the prices for this wristlet wallets, but then on here I had phone wallets. I was confusing people. Okay, so I learned that lesson. So there was a lot of communication, but nothing. So finally, it was crazy because we're getting ready to like close. Okay, I literally can see people starting to kind of start packing a little bit. And then I get a lady stops by, and she starts looking, at the products. And all of a sudden, it was 2:33. She ended up buying a large dual zipper pouch and 2 cord organizers at 2:30. I was like, "Oh, okay. So I'm not gonna end the day with only one sale of a scarf towel. I'm gonna have 2 sales." So that I was like, "Okay, no problem. Still not enough. I may not be able to make my money back at, the booth money back, but hey, I'm happy, whatever." Well, people kept packing and packing and packing. And do you know that at 2:55, 5 minutes before the show ended, this lady came with her 2 daughters, young adult daughters. And the lady was about my age. And they started looking at everything and touching and looking and asking me questions. "And do you make this?" And, "Oh, this is beautiful," and blah, 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 blah. They ended up buying 5 or 6 items. Let me see. 5 items in one transaction. That helped me. That put me over the, negative. I mean, I made my money back. And it was funny because they came through the exit, which I was kind of towards the end. So they came through the exit. They came straight to my table. They looked, they bought. Super sweet ladies, lady and the two girls, super sweet. They went to another table. They looked. They didn't even go to the rest of the vendors, and they turned around and left. I was the only person they bought from. I was like, God sent me those ladies so that I wouldn't feel frustrated. I'm telling you, that was God's favor. I sensed God's favor at that moment. Everybody was packing. Everybody. And I'm the only one that had a sale. Well, my friend, the vendor next to me, she had a sale even after when she was packing too. So, moral of the story, do not pack your stuff until the vendor show ends. If there's still people looking, keep your products up because you don't know who is going to buy from you. That's it. If you didn't learn anything else from this video, this is what you're going to learn today. Okay? I'm telling you. Don't do it. Okay. The next thing was packing all of my products and coming home. So I had only 3 sales, okay? But the last sale really helped me, made a difference. I had the mix and match promo, so I gave them the discount. on their purchase, which I appreciated because that's what the sign said, you know. And so, yeah, I'm excited. So that's what happened in this last vendor show of the year. If you want to check out all the other vendor shows, what happened previously, I have them all here. And I will see you in the next video. Ciao.